Good morning, Bruce here. Let's jump into BITO and YBIT, our Bitcoin Option Income Strategy Fund from YIELDMAX. Okay, what happened yesterday? There were no new trades. Whoops, I hit the wrong. No new trades. BITO was down just barely from 25.66 to 25.61, and surprisingly YBIT was up, so we were up 1.64%. So let me show you a chart. It's 518 on the East Coast, so we're looking at 10 days in Bitcoin BTC. So yesterday is in this range, right? So we traded up as high as almost 65 and we closed down in 63. So right now Bitcoin's in this 62.5 to 63 range. Let's take a look at the BITO chart. I got my slash. Whenever you do a futures oriented in Thinkorswim, you put a slash, since I do futures also, and I guess that carried over. Okay, so let's look. Here we are when we were really selling off, right? In BITO, or in BITO. Yes, this is BITO. I don't generally show you the chart, but I can on YBIT, right? You're going to see a much smaller trading range. But this is what we did yesterday. You know, the black represents the normal trading hours, right? And we flew up over 26, which would have hurt one of ours. We came down to close the day around, what did I say, 25 something. And then we're lower now, right, with 4 hours to go before the market opens. 4 hours and a few minutes, we're at 25.25. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. With no trades, let's look at our financial picture. So the day before we had a big share count increase, right? We went from 275 to 400,000, so that brought more cash. Cash is pretty muted here. So let's take a look. With that move down in BITO, I almost said, so 5 cents wouldn't do a lot, but remember with these weeklies it's one more day of expiration, so you only have 3 days remaining, so it can be a decent time decay in the value of these weeklies. So let's go take a look at those. We didn't put any new ones on, right? But now we got a little breathing room. So we look at the big bulk, which are at 26. Remember, we ran over 26. We're setting at 25.25. So these guys may just pull this off, right? So we've got, and this is something new I kind of added. So I'm always showing you in payments and telling you, you know, these various strikes and how much money each one. But what I did was I kind of aggregated them here. And we've already been paid them. See, when you look at the May tab, we sell them. As soon as we sell them, we get the money. But in the way I like to think of it, that's money we don't get to keep until we've completely earned it, right? So as long as it stays below 26 for this one, and I think 26.5 for this one, and this one's much higher, I think, then we keep all that money, right? But this is the big guy, right? And the big guy is at 26. Yeah, the 930 is 26.50. So we got even more breathing room on that. Okay, and this is showing you the arrows for what happened yesterday. Our implied volatility is up a little bit on BITO, which is what we're measuring because that's where we're writing our options and creating our synthetics. So I did say note in short call income on my payments tab, this money's already included, but I like to educate you guys to what's at stake, right? So we've got this 107,850, and all you have to do is do a share count, right? So if I come over here and I look at this number, right, and I divide it by 400,000, that's how I know it's 27 cents, right? So I'm already doing that for you. So we got 107,000 that we get to keep, and that gives us 27 cents in our payout, right? Now that's all three combined, all right? This one we're probably going to lose on, right? So maybe we make 24 cents, right? Because we're already over it, right? On the minus 238. We're trading at 25.61, right? And I think we wrote the 25 for 42 cents. So right up to 25.42, we just give the money back, which is nothing. It's 3,000, you know, it's a very small one, right? 3,780. But above 25.40, if it ended at 61, then we would have 19 cents times 90 times 100, right? That's what it would cost us, right? So I can do that for you to show you a what if, right? It's 90, that's how many contracts. Each contract says 100 shares. Whoops. Times 19 cents, because that's how much, not only do we have to pay the 37.80, but we would have to pay this if we closed, right? So we would do something like this. And when we sum these up, that's our loss, right? So at 25.61, we lose 5,490. Right now, we've gotten 37.80, but we need it to be 25 or below. So I just wanted to do a math computational teaching exercise here on how these short calls work. Okay. So I think we're looking pretty good on these unless we surge. And remember, when we do surge, we make that money on these synthetics. So that's a good lead into the synthetics. So here's our synthetics. By the way, guys, I'm doing more and more with dark backgrounds because my subscribers, especially in Coney and Misty, who've been there longer and I've been reporting, say they can see it more clearly, right? It stands out against the black background. So the green and the black hopefully is okay too, but the black. Sometimes I put the white line under here to separate it, but I think you get the gist of it. So these are synthetics already written. They expire on 5/17. They're way up at 29. So we're going to lose unless that's 8 trading days, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, and 5 next week. So we're going to lose if we don't get to 29. This 344, you know, as we get to 29, this becomes 0. So we have 690,000 out there if we had to close this position out. And this is going to go very quickly to 0, right? And it only has value on anything above 29 because we bought the call and sold the puts. However, look at our 26, right? This is where we can really make some money. So remember yesterday they put this additional synthetic on, right? People bought into the fund, they deployed the money, and this scenario, as soon as we go past 26, this starts growing. Remember I gave you the scenario, what would it do at 32? It would be a minimum of $6. And once we're at 26, this goes to 0. So we'll make our money on this synthetic, not on this synthetic, right? Because it's just too short a time frame. We could go 26, 27 and still lose on this guy. So that's what I had for synthetics. So let's take a look at holdings and then I'll show you payment. So I reworked everything here. There was an interesting discrepancy because how fair value and how the worth of stocks are is you add up all of these numbers, right? What's their cash, what's their current position, what's their liabilities. By the way, the orange are the two different the 29 and the 26. But by the way, this one is 7/19 expiration. So that's a little misstep that I forgot to update that one. I just copied and then forgot to put the new value in, right? So these are way out there, right? So we should make some good money on those. This one, you know, we're behind, and so what I did down here is add the two numbers. So we're like 703,000, but again, it's a paper loss. We have time to win that. Just like in this one, we still have a paper loss of 140,000, right? On, well, 139,633 to be exact. And these we're making money on. All these ones we've written, you know, unless we run by 26 or 26.5, this is that 200, what was the number? This is that 107,850 that we should win. Okay, so, but anyway, what I was saying is our actual close was 1989, and this is saying fair value is 1936, so they're saying we're overpriced, okay? But again, the price is the price, right? It's what the marketplace. Usually these things are very close. All right, so I think that's everything. Oh, payment, yeah. So what happens, based on what we've actually sold in our synthetic, we've captured 487,000. We have a paper loss of like some 600,000 and 700,000, right? And our short call income, remember when I said that we have 27 cents worth? Well, I'm showing a 58-cent gain because 107 of this 231, this May P7, that's the one that's outstanding. So I always update those when we close it out. But as it stands right now, with, you know, what did I say? You know, 3, 6, 9 trading days, we're like 11 trading days in. You know, we're looking pretty good to come out with, considering we're going to have 5, almost 6 weeks before this fund pays, right? As long as Bitcoin stays up, right? Then they always pay this amount unless you have a massive loss over here in your synthetic, and then sometimes they only pay 2/3 of this. Sometimes when you win over here and you win here, they'll pull some out and add it to this. Like right now, if this was our closeout, it was the end of the month, they'd pay us 58 cents and maybe give us 30 or 40 cents of this money, right? But I fully expect the short call income to be up over $1. I expect our payout to be, you know, $1.50. If, you know, it's a wild guess. It's way too early to know. But just FYI for all you guys in this. All right, this is Bruce. I'm not a financial analyst. This is not financial advice. This is for fun and education. See you guys. Bye.